Audio speed up. Audio speed up. Let's listen to Bush Life Flunky.
What's up? It's your boy Carcino here. Welcome. Quite an interesting day. It's been quite an interesting day. I gotta let you know. First, don't forget, shout out to Misunderstood. Don't forget to follow her channel. Everything about her page is great. Even if you don't agree, she at least lets you speak your ground. Most people don't have a chance to come up and voice their opinion. So I'm very thankful I was allowed to come up there and express myself. I didn't know I was going to be berated by black women who wanted to come at your boy Cino. Wow, what just happened? They just said, hey, we tired of you talking. We don't know what's going on here. So anyway, they just did that. All right, there we go. Now I got a background. I don't know what's going on right now. They have been screwing around with this channel for a minute, and I don't know what in the world is happening.
Right away. This piece of shit. Play victim. Piece of shit play victim against woman? Piece of shit play victim against woman? No.
Well, anyway, the women all got together to come after your boy Sumo, right? So let me show you what happened when they did.
Piece of shit say women come after him, but he defended Diddy. He defended Diddy. That's why women come after him, but he said women come after him. Be piece of shit. Let's go.
P. Diddy, allegedly. You're right. You're right. R.I.P. Craig Mack and R.I.P.
Wait,
Big Rob.
this dude did not just call me Jaguar Right. Let me go down to the chat and drag him. Look, I can't. Don't do that, Carcino. You know I am definitely no Jaguar Right.
I mean, Black Rob. Excuse me. How did I mess that up? People.
Yeah, Black Rob, Craig Mack, on and on and on and on.
Yeah, there's a lot. Yeah, you can make a case for. We don't know what truly happened to Andre Harrell
or Heavy D or Kim Porter. Let's get into it. And that was the most recent.
And that's another Mount Vernon connect.
Let's get into it. And that was the most recent.
And that's another Mount Vernon connection, right?
And
So as you can see, this is starting to get out of hand, right? They're going after Diddy, making up all these things about the Diddy man, saying all these salacious rumors and all this garbage is about Diddy, right? So now we're going to go to the next level with it. It's got to go to the next level.
Carcino be tweaking. I think he's down with the Naughty. I don't know.
Now I'm down with the Illuminati. So you know
something's wrong. I don't understand well, Carcino doesn't like Trump. So what does that say about him? Diddy was the promoter of City College where 9 people died. So hey, Spider-Man.
Yeah, you're right, and I remember that because I almost went there. I'm sorry too.
Oh, Dr. Matt.
Remember that.
That's where it started at all. City College. That was his.
That was.
Diddy wasn't the promoter. He was.
I want to say 1991.
It was a woman that was a promoter.
I mean, that was his first serial.
Because he was a promoter then.
If that's what
I'm on my way.
Right after that, he got that deal.
Thank you for
Well, that was after he dropped out of he dropped out of Howard, if I'm not mistaken.
Look at him coming up here popping. What you got to say, sir?
Yeah, I had to get up here after you was doing all this capping up here. I said, this is going full Jaguar Right. I said, I got to go on my phone. If I have to go live.
There we go, Carcino. Knock it off.
You ran out of that chat because all those people was telling you the truth. We told you this was a weak case on Diddy from the start, and they did everything illegal to put him in jail. After that case, he was found not guilty, and they knew all those people they put on that stand was lying, and they knew it, and they still let the case go on. They put a 2-year judge in there. So they got the old judge out, and they put who's a veteran at doing the case and put in somebody with no experience on the biggest case they have had in their courtroom in about 2-3 decades. Where does that make sense?
So
this was all set up.
Carcino, my discussion with you on those panels wasn't that he was innocent or guilty. I said they're going to get him, and they're going to get Jay-Z next. I told you that. And
they're not getting Jay-Z.
Listen, it didn't happen yet, bro. It didn't happen, but it's going to happen. And this is the thing, it's going to be harder for Jay-Z. I told you, Jay-Z is going to be harder. And look at, they got him on buying coochie. Prostitution, Diddy. Who goes to jail for being... Who goes to jail for being a trick? Diddy. Okay, but they got him, right? Okay, so watch out. This is not a black man, no matter how much money you have. It's not your world. You got to work with black women before you get that spot again. Y'all let the white man take over, and now you're over here, free Diddy, free Diddy. Okay, keep freeing him. Carcino.
You got to free him because he's wrongfully incarcerated.
How is he wrongfully incarcerated?
It was a law. It's a Man's Act.
It's not a violation of the Mann Act.
I know people that were in real life that are in prison because of the Mann Act. So because he's a celebrity, he should get off?
No, because it's not a violation of the Mann Act. He did not violate the Mann Act. He did not violate the Mann Act. He did not have sex with the sex worker. He did not have sex with the sex workers. So there was not him facilitating the sex for himself because he didn't do it. He just was the financier. He put up the money.
Yeah, but that makes you guilty.
No, they're trying to say that, but all he did was pay. What he did was make videos with his partner, his woman. This wasn't some random woman on the street. This was his girlfriend. They're having kinky sex. I don't agree with the sex. I don't, to each his own, but to do that and they're filming it, how is that different from any other couple that do it? Who do this in their own home?
Let me explain to you, because I see what you did. Did you read the transcript, sir?
Yes, I did.
Okay, then
every word.
You should know the ex-worker that came from Florida.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one who got him hemmed up because he crossed country lines with him. He traveled with them and he was paid and it came out of his account.
It does not matter.
What?
It does not matter. He did not have sex with that man. So that's not a violation of the Mann Act. He's not hiring him for prostitution.
Hold on a second. I read transcripts, Carcino, right?
Mm-hmm.
That after, and I don't want to get vulgar, please forgive me, but this is what was in the transcripts.
Mm-hmm.
After the guy released on the chick, right? He wasn't in another room like he did the Punisher. He was in the same room. And he said, come here, put it on me. They were it was like, okay, they didn't touch. But he had a middle person, which was the woman, that told him, now that he has all of this DNA on you, put it on me. And they was like 8 feet away from each other. Come on, man.
It does not matter. That's their kinkiness. That does not matter. That's not a violation of the Mann Act. And if it was a Mann Act violation, it does not go to 80 months, 90 months. That's crazy amount of time. That is just way over excessive. Plus, the judge's own mandate was for 15 months. So how the parole board come back and say 89 months after the judge's recommendation that he signed for in the letter was 15 months tops?
I totally agree with that point you're making about the excessive length for his conviction. However, Carcino, you cannot, with a logical brain, say that he didn't break the law. Textbook.
He didn't.
That one ex-worker. It came out of his account, and it was his DNA, and they was in a room. He saw him, and this was before the mask and the burqa and all of that. Come on.
That don't matter. Don't matter. Not the violation of the Mann Act. Nope. Really? Not a violation of the Mann Act. Plus, if there was a violation of the Mann Act and they was pursuing the Mann Act charge, they would have just went and did this right away. But it's a federal case. He beat the federal case. This is a state charge. Mann Act is state, not federal. They only use the federal because they put the fake RICO and everything else in there to try to make it a federal case so they could try to use international. When have you known a Mann Act to be called for somebody going overseas and they do not sleep with the person? That has never been done in the history of mankind. Okay. Somebody else is getting charged for the Mann Act. That's just ridiculous.
But see, it's all about finance transmission. The amount to get that he was charged, it came out of his business account, one. And that's what they thought they initially was going to get on more RICO. That didn't stick. That's all that could stick. He paid for prostitutes. No,
he didn't. He paid for a sex act, and they was filming it, and they made amateur movies. So they were recording this. So they were making their own private adult movies, just like a couple would do. They decided to record and film themselves. So I can see, and then they say it's prostitution. Then who's the prostitute?
So you going there, huh?
I'm trying to say, who's the prostitute? They never said that anybody was a prostitute in the case.
They did. They said they called them ex-workers. Carcino, stop playing.
Right, sex workers. They didn't call them prostitutes. So why in the world now all of a sudden they're prostitutes? A sex worker is a legal job, right?
No, not in every state in the nation. Only in Vegas, right, guys?
That's not true.
Wait, now, Carcino, let me find out you down with the naughty. I don't know where you're going with this.
Well, where I'm going with it is that a man on trial for his kinky behavior doesn't make sense.
Can you post your link on your wall?
On my wall? Sure. Like what does
I don't know. Like, I like you better when you're on
The StreamYard link so I can tell me.
I can control you more. Right now, you're not making any sense.
I'm making a lot of sense.
See.
Now at Whataburger, you can get the new Big Ranch Wrap for $3, 5 premium wadded chicken bites for $4.
See.
Did you guys, how do you feel about him dating Luell?
I was been seeing you six girls.
What the hell?
You said him dating Luell?
Yeah.
I'll be sure.
Yeah.
I think it's a great couple, actually.
What?
I like them as a couple. Gotta post my.
Girl,
I do too.
I
do
don't
too.
judge people for their love interest, but it's very awkward. I
You
would
said it's there, MU?
Wait, let me hear from Crystal for a second. I'm trying to, I ain't good at this. So you want me to post it on my community already?
Or you can send it to me in a text because I have to come with my other account. This phone is about 3%.
Yeah, I have it on I'm already on my community wall. I'm not good at this kind of stuff. No, I think I got it. I think I got it.
Get it turned blue. Get it turned blue.
The bottom line is this: Carcino
It's on my community wall.
Cino is very angry that I was accurate. Not only was I accurate, he's salty because I was what I said came true, and what he and all these guys. I was on a panel of guys, and they were all wrong. That's how I know women have power. They were all wrong. I was like, look at this. We can take over this shit. They're all wrong, and I know it. You know what I mean? That's
We
how
weren't
strong I am.
wrong.
You were all wrong. You're still wrong, and it's like 20.
No, we're not. We're telling you the man was innocent.
He's in jail. He's in prison.
Yes, they put him just because they put him in jail don't mean that he's supposed to be there.
But I told you, I didn't say if it was right or wrong. I came up and gave you a prophecy. You didn't believe me. And you had all your little...
No, they didn't want, they were seeing a black man being railroaded by the system.
Oh, Lord.
I prepared you and you still wasn't ready. Whatever.
Okay,
They
so
saw,
in the chat.
yeah,
So
they saw a black man being railroaded. That's all that was.
QI said white slave traffic act has to stop the transportation of women across state lines for constitutional and moral purposes. Modern version.
There goes that moral word, immoral purposes. Lord have mercy.
By the way, they used the Bad Act to incarcerate the great heavyweight champion of the world, Jack Johnson. But I digress.
Coco,
They
you don't think
used the Mann Act to get Chuck Berry. They used the Mann Act on black men. That's why
You're absolutely right.
it was put in place for black men.
If you don't want to get charged with it, then don't do things to get charged with it. If you know that people are getting locked up for it.
People are not getting locked up for it. They use it as a they weaponize it, and they had nothing else in all these cases. Didn't y'all realize that they had charged him with RICO and all these other things that was about life in prison?
I knew
that was ridiculous.
Listen, I knew that. Listen, Carcino,
Yes,
this is the
me.
bottom line. I'm a bottom line type of person, right?
Yes,
I told you he was going to prison. They're going to get him. I didn't say what it was. I didn't say if it was RICO, this and that. I said, listen, just be prepared. It ain't over. It's not going to turn out how you want. Because I've seen so many men, and he's a huge contributor to our culture, Diddy. I saw those men in his chat. They felt like they lost a whole part of their life. You know what I mean? And I understand it. Prepare yourself. He's going to prison. They didn't believe me. Now you're over here talking about he's innocent, but he's in prison. And you better get prepared for JC. It's going to be a longer haul, and it's going to be...
We just was up here talking about the Central Five, who was the innocent five. They were in prison. They had no business being there.
I thought we moved past that already. So
you're going to trigger MU. You're going to trigger MU now.
Why is she triggered by that? I don't understand.
She's going to be triggered by it because it interrupted a live stream. And Claude and I are going to be triggered by it because we're true New Yorkers. And maybe, Jess Chris is a knockoff New Yorker. I really think she's from Boston. But that's besides the point. I remember it like it was yesterday, so I can understand Claude. And although he's man, I'm woman, I was a kid. You can never forget that, ever.
Yeah, we knew about that in Chicago. We had the Chicago 7. We had the Central 5. So we, as black folks, we've seen that. This was back when Do the Right Thing was out, Fight the Power. So this was heavy for us back then. This was worldwide news. And when we saw that happen, it was so much of an effect. So this is when everybody turned on, like everybody was mad at Trump at that time. I remember that. We was furious. And that was world news.
This is, I feel it's not that I'm upset about the subject coming up. It is a heavy topic.
It is, and it's something that culturally we've been dealing with for, I don't know, over 30 years, guys. Claude, wake up. How are you sleeping?
Listen,
You need to put on a shirt.
I'm away.
Put on a shirt, okay?
Hey, he got the guns out. Let him go.
Yeah,
Let him
he
hold
got
on.
off the guns.
I'm not upset about the topic. I'm upset about the timing of the topic.
No matter, can do 70 push-ups in a setting.
Woo!
Well, when
That's
you
more
get
than me.
when you get to 100 push-ups in one setting, come holler at me.
Oh, you can't do 100 in one setting.
A quarter push-ups, yes, I can. Knock it off.
Oh, those aren't real push-ups.
Yeah. Listen, don't test me. I'll burn it. You'll be ripped. Okay?
Savage don't like QI. What's going on in the chat?
No, QI is the
Do
best.
100 Marine Corps push-ups, then I'll get.
No. I don't want pecs. I just want, I want to look like a woman. I want to look like you, Evo.
You don't have to look like, you don't have to do G.I. Jane either.
Okay, whatever. But listen, I understand. I just understood the culture of Sino's chat. There were a lot of guys that was feeling like this. Our whole culture was being ripped from us the way this rolled out. And even during that time, I told him, even 50 Cent took up for Diddy about the liquors thing. We knew why this all started, right, Carcino? We knew how and why this engine started. So you knew it wasn't going to end well. And it's unfair. It's very unfair, but it teaches you a lot.
There's a guy on the fence.
He loves fences.
And with FanDuel Predicts,